Sorry, y'all. Had to fight my daggum chair. What's going on, fam? It's your boy Uncle Fred back in the house. Back in the house. Back in the saddle. One more again. Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. All right. Sorry about that, fam. Had some issues with my uh, headphones. Was fighting with my chair. It got stuck. Uh, and so anyway, I wasn't gonna do a video. Actually, I was supposed to do a video with TK this morning on the Pick'em show, which we're gonna do later today. But this the aftermath of the Cowboys versus the uh, uh, Cowboys versus the uh, Eagles. I figured like maybe that's some things I've been hearing, and I had to address them. And so anyway, like I said, I'm sorry that wasn't ready when the bell called when the video opened up, but my headphones got caught up in my chair wheels and couldn't get it out from in there. And so I was like, man, here the thing gonna go live, and got my chair upside down in front of the camera because they wouldn't come out, and I took them out. They're not comfortable to sit here and be wearing all the time. So when I'm not on, they're out of my ear. So they're really not that comfortable. But I have to be able to hear them to be able to um understand what's really going on and everything. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm not going to do the little bumper music. I just want to stop. So anyway, so I usually don't do these kind of videos, but when something be on my mind, I was like, look, man, y'all bugging right now. So I know the game that happened Thursday night, Cowboys lost 24-20 to the Eagles, and of course the big thing that started Spitgate and whatever it started in the beginning of the thing. And so I kind of hit on it in the opening the Thursday night video when I came on. I kind of touched on it. And I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on it because I choose to spend my time on the actual game and the components of the game, not the foolishness, stuff that goes on outside of the game. But whatever, man. So anyway, so this particular thing has gained legs. Just in walk. It's starting to walk now. So let me go ahead. So yeah, it's gonna start to get legs now. So it's thing, because once Twitter and once these other social media sites gets a hold of it, people, because people are sheep. I done found out a long time. People are sheep. They'll just take somebody, and it could be an idiot that comes and put out, and everybody just run to. Well, yeah, it said they. I believe such and such. And I'll be like, you really believe that? And I'm like, wow, y'all some idiots. So I'm coming here to address a couple of things. So just to kind of talk or whatever. And of course, give me some venting time about the game too, because I'm still pissed off about the game because we could have won that game and didn't, but we did play well. So. But the spitting incident. So I heard Jalen Hurts saying, "Don't get me wrong, I like Jalen Hurts, whatever, running back playing quarterback." But anyway, this and he said like, well, we know what was happening before, and but that can't, but still we can't react to the way we react. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, hold up, flag on the play. What you mean? What happened before? What are you talking about? And see, and that's how foolishness gets out there. Folks will start talking about, and then they'll folks will just believe it. They'll just jump on the daggone bandwagon. And I want people that watch my channel to not be bandwagon jumpers. Use your mind. I'm the same way when it comes to when we're talking about the actual Cowboys. the team, the Cowboys, don't just take what the people at the front office tell you. Think for yourself. You know, are they doing everything they can to win? Don't just say, "Oh yeah, hey, yeah, we got rid of Micah because we want to be better against the run." Buy some brain cells, right? So when he said that, I'm like, what's that mean? So I'm thinking, I didn't really think nothing of it at the time. But as time went on, I mean, I had people leave today. It's like, well, Dak spit first. So that was kind of, I'm sitting there like, what? That's what y'all rolling with? I'm like, okay, y'all some pigeon brains. And the pigeon, eagles, kind of the same thing or whatever. You know. All right, let's look at this way. Let's look at it this way because that's for the first narrative. You notice I got the narratives up there. Uh, and I said this Jalen Carter foolishness must stop. And I mean that's foolishness with him too, because the dude kind of a clown. He kind of is. He kind of like what's that guy in life? Can't get right, boss. Just can't get right because he can't seem to channel on his stuff and whatever, and his stuff gets out of control. So here's what y'all rolling with. Well, that kind of did it first, and so I'm like, did y'all actually watch the thing, or y'all just going with what? Oh, Jalen Hurts said it, so it must be true, or the Eagles sideline or the Eagles people said it, so it must be true. And I'm like, no, no, that's not what happened. Let me give you a scenario. Like, for instance, if I'm on my porch, I walk out the house, walk on my porch with my robe on, about to go get the morning paper, whatever that is. Nobody have no papers no more. But that's neither here nor there. And I got my robe on, because us older dudes got to wear robes. Shout out to Ali Sadiq. He said, that dude's funny. Uh, and I'm drinking. I got my coffee in my hand, and somebody walks by on the street and see me, and I happen to spit while I'm getting my stuff. So that gives you the right to walk up on my porch and confront me because I spit while I was looking over in your direction. I want y'all to think how that sounds, okay? Because when the play kicked off, there was that talking to Tyler Booker, Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, and um, Terrence Steele. Couldn't think of all and they're all kind of talking, kind of getting it. Okay, what we running and whatnot. Now Jalen Carter is like, I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet from them. You got to understand when people are in proximity of a football field, even 5 yards, away, and he was not that close. 5 yards is 15 feet. I don't know if y'all know how far 15 feet is, right? But it looks like he was about like maybe, three like yardage markers away. So we're talking about 15 yards. So 15 times 3 was at 45 feet. So we're talking about 45, 50 feet. Okay. That's probably the distance between your front door and, somewhere along the street, or if you're looking at your next door neighbor. First of all, why was he even in that proximity? Shouldn't you have been over talking to your guys like Dak was talking to his guys? I'm just saying. Isn't that where he should have been? But no, he over there, and of course, I guess they made eye contact. Dak spit. Dak spits all the time. He even said this, but said, yeah, I spit quite often. I think Dak might dip. That's disgusting to me, but whatever. I think he might do that. There's some dudes, Southern boys that do that. That's they do. That's they vice. And those dudes that do that spit quite a bit. So whatever, man. That's it. I spit quite a bit. It's just a thing. You build up stuff when you spit. So he spit. And apparently he took exception, and so he took that as an invite. I gotta walk up close. I gotta come over there because you spit when you was looking at me. I guess Dak was supposed to like, oh my gosh, it's Jalen Carter. Oh, let's talk about this later. Because Jalen is looking over at us. I wish he would have did something like that. And so he walks up, and they said, and I think Dak might have said something like, "You lost, boss," because really he wasn't supposed to be over there. I mean, you can be where you can be, but I would have thought you would have been where your teammates are at, so you can be working on what y'all gonna do, which in the game plan and things of that nature. Whatever. And so he walks up in that way, and they walk up, and of course, whatever he said and whatever they said, no players say whatever they say. I guess Dak was supposed to. They said, "Oh, pleased to meet your acquaintance, Jalen. I hope you have a great game." I'm not saying that. We enemies. We don't like y'all. Okay, and we are not scared of you. Everybody else, I feel like Nia Long and Friday. All these other might be scared of you, but I ain't afraid of you. You know, and he might have said, if I was an offensive lineman like he got, I'd whoop you myself. And maybe that's what he said. Oh, okay, and spit, and it went on him. Now, like I said, that's better than me because the helmet would have come off, and it would have been across his cranium, across his face mask. I would have got thrown out because I'm gonna tell you, you ain't gonna spit on me and somebody's ass not getting whipped. Just saying, you're not gonna spit on me and somebody's ass not getting me. Either you gonna whip, I'm gonna whip yours, or I'm gonna make you whip mine. One of the two. Somebody is getting whipped. Okay. So the restraint that he had is better than mine because I know he probably looking at the bigger picture and things of this nature, right? So Uh, and so, but the narrative though, the foolishness that gets turned around and people just follow that stuff, like follow the leader. Well, that spit first, so that make that okay. So if I spit on my porch and you over there and you walk over to me and spit on me, that's justifiable. And you know it's not. And you're an idiot if you think that it is. And I hate to say that. I don't care who says that. Any Eagle fan that comes and say, well, yeah, I'm going to say you're an idiot because that's not true. You wouldn't do that. And it's not, he can spit anytime he want to, and he can whatever anytime he want to. We're playing. We're adversaries. I ain't got to bid you a good day. Yeah, we're coming for you. I can say that. We're coming for you. That don't mean you walk up and spit on me. So no, bad narrative. Second narrative. He shouldn't have got ejected. Look, man. And not only he got ejected, shit, they looking at him to be suspended for a game. Man, he should be. Because he's a clown. Okay? Oh, why do I know he's a clown? Because he keeps doing stuff. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can do something here. Let's see. Yeah, let me show you this one right here. This ain't the first time this kind of stuff be happening, man. Let me show you this right here. Find it. Yeah, here we go, right here. Now, actually, what had happened first was this play right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all this.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 98 defense. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
I would say
You saw that, right? Which that led to this. See, he's fighting with his own teammates and his head coach on the sideline. There he is, right there where my cursor is. He's fighting with them. That's this guy. All right? All right, let's go back to the thing. All right. So yeah, uh yeah, that guy. And so you got situations like that and whatnot and stuff. So yeah, he should have got suspended because it's a pattern. He's doing things. He's fighting with his teammates. He's scuffling with his head coach. And on the sideline, and you can't tell me nothing. I'm big and bad and all this kind of stuff. Whatever, bruh. And so you see that right there. So yeah, he should have got ejected because yeah, that's pretty disgusting. The fact that it's in your mind that it's okay to spit on another individual, yeah, when you go out in the world, yeah, and because I know and of course he would have been a number one draft pick, but he had that little incident, where he's driving excessive speed and whatnot, and one of his teammates got killed in the car that was racing with him in the Georgia recruiting person, whatever. So she got killed in the process back in I want to say that was 2022, I guess. And so 2-3 years ago. But yeah, there's starting to be a pattern here. All right, and if you don't get a hold of this dude, he gonna come unglued. So yeah, he should have been ejected. I don't know why my stuff came undone here. So that's narrative number 2. All right, narrative number 3. We got lucky because he was a Rick shot. Man, y'all got lucky. Jalen Carter didn't play. I'm gonna quote Vosh Lombardi on this one. Shout out to Vosh Lombardi. Man, we be whooping Jalen Carter's ass every time we play them. Oh, you think I'm playing? Okay, let me show y'all something. All right, let me show y'all something. And another one, media. Let me show y'all this right here. No. Let's see. No, that's not it either. I'm still trying to figure this thing out, man. Screen. All right. Let's see here. Did I get rid of that? I might have got rid of it. Let's see. Let's try something here. Y'all hang with your boy. All right. This guy here. I might not can play the video on this. Let me see if it'll let me play it.
You are even prettier in person.
Thank you.
There's a reason ball boys make especially attentive waiters. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
I do like it.
This individual called
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the tape of Tyler Smith versus Jalen Carter and really get into the battle of these two guys. Both Carter and Smith are top 5 players at their respective positions. Both guys are super young and will probably continue to get better and become Hall of Fame caliber players. And I don't say this lightly. I think both guys are phenomenal players. And today we're going to watch every single time these.
See if it'll let me see that. Okay, here it is right here. See if it'll let me play it.
What is going on, everybody? Anyway, today we're going to analyze the tape of Tyler Smith versus Jalen Carter and really get into the battle of these two guys. Both Carter and Smith are top 5 players at their respective positions. Both guys are super young and will probably continue to get better and become Hall of Fame caliber players. And I don't say this lightly. I think both guys are phenomenal players. And today we're going to watch every single time these guys play up against one another. And do keep in mind, we cover the Cowboys and the Eagles on this channel, so I'm going to be as neutral and unbiased as I possibly can. So me pointing something out doesn't mean that I'm going against the other guy, vice versa. This was the first play that these guys actually went up against each other. This was the first quarter, 3 minutes left. Carter at this point had played about 7 to 8 snaps. And this is 4th and 2. So this is a big moment right here for the Dallas Cowboys. You pick the first down up, you continue the drive. You don't pick the first down up, and obviously the Eagles kind of take over. On this one here, you obviously see that Jalen Carter's going to swim to the inside on Tyler Smith, and he does get over the top of Smith. He does a pretty nice job with the left punch. Right arm comes over the top. To me, this is a great job by Jalen Carter to kind of get over the top. Tyler Smith, on the other hand, in my opinion, is going to hold Jalen Carter on this one, but it doesn't get called. So with that, the Dallas Cowboys do pick the first down up. To me, one of the things with the Dallas Cowboys in this game specifically is they kind of attack the defensive tackles, and I'll try to point out a couple of plays as we kind of go over the course of this video on exactly what I mean. With that being stated, let's go ahead and get into the next snap. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get into the next snap. This is literally the very next play. On this one, the running back's going to pick up a number of yards. The play does come back off a Terrence Steele pull. So you can see this was a big run by Tony Pollard. Let's go ahead and break this play down a little bit between Tyler Smith and Jalen Carter. So this is an inside zone to the left. So what that means, the aiming point for the running back is the outside leg of Tyler Smith. And then from that point, he's going to try to bend it into one of these backside gaps. And that's generally how an inside zone works. So for Tyler Smith, he has the responsibility to set himself up to the inside of Jalen Carter. And he does a pretty nice job. To keep in mind, I would say this is a very neutral rep because Carter does have his run fit. Smith has sealed this guy out. But I do like what Jalen Carter does at the end of this video. As soon as he recognizes that Tony Pollard's going to cut, he's going to get over the top. And to me, that's a really, really nice job. So Tyler Smith has to do a better job on this one to be able to seal out Jalen Carter and to hold the block. Because the running back could have easily decided to bend it back into this gap here, assuming the center makes the block on the linebacker, and Carter would have theoretically been there, as you guys can see. Not a big deal. Obviously, Pollard ended up running it to the right, picked up a number of yards. It was a hold.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing that one. And, let's see here. All right, go back. There was another one I wanted to show you. One here. Let me show you this one. Get rid of the ads. Get rid of the ads. That's not the right one. Not the right one. It's not the right one because I'm looking for the things I had lined up with him, and actually that's supposed to be, there were some others, but let's go back. But I'm just letting you know. And there's another video that I had that where he got pancaked a couple times with with him or whatever and stuff. So that's part of it too. We're so scared of Jalen Carter. Don't get me wrong, Jalen Carter a bad dude. He comes with bad intentions, right? And I get all that. He was the number 1 pick in the entire draft. It would have been if it hadn't been for that incident. I think he ended up being number 9. But Tyler Smith quietly become probably one of the meanest, nastiest left guards in the NFL. And he's not second place to nobody. And when Jalen Carter plays him, Jalen Carter gets owned by him. I've hardly ever seen. I watched a bunch of these different film studies on this, and I want to talk to people that actually because I know you go by the surface level people that watch just the games. Oh, Jalen Carter a bad dude. Yeah, he's bad, but not against Tyler. He ain't bad against Tyler. He's just a random dude against Tyler. And then the other thing that people don't understand, let me get back to my captions. Every time I got to reset my captions back. And leave my home screen up there while I do this so it comes back to that. I got to learn how to do all that stuff. But anyhow, yeah, we got lucky because Jalen didn't play because he done wrecked our running game. Well, he ain't seem to be wrecking it there. Tony Pollard was running anytime. I think this is after 23 because Tony Pollard didn't play for us last year and whatnot and stuff. So, and of course, people were saying, well, he was a rookie here at 23. I'm like, okay. But Tyler Smith was a rookie too. At guard, he's a tackle. He got drafted as a tackle. He got 1 year on Jalen Carter. He played 1 year at tackle, and then when Tyron Smith came back, they moved him inside. They kicked him inside the guard, and he stayed there. That was his first year at guard. So that's his first year playing defensive tackle. That's his first year playing offensive guard. So they both rookies, all right? And he got his butt whooped, okay? And so, yeah, and there's another one where he's coming on a pass play, and he tried to run wide, and Tyler Smith just pancaked him. So let's not act like Tyler Smith is just some regular, offensive lineman that he can ragdoll, because he can't do that to Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is a dude, okay? And he's not scared of no Jalen Carter. He plays around with Jalen Carter, all right? The other thing that people don't get is that defensive line is a different thing than offensive line. Defensive linemen platoon, okay? They don't play the entire game, okay? Because you take more energy to play. It takes more energy to play defensive line than it does to play offensive line, okay? A lot of times you got to fight through double teams and stuff like that. So sometimes when he comes, he's fighting Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith. Or in this case, fighting Tyron Smith and Tyler Guyton, because they'll double team him and then pass him off and then go to the next guy. That's how plays are done. That's the coordination of the offensive line, right? So how it was supposed to have worked, Jordan Davis was probably going to get 30 to 35% of those snaps, and Jalen Carter probably get 60 to 65% of those snaps. Okay, and they platoon because they kind of play the same position. You don't play them together, okay, because they kind of play the same position. I think Jordan Davis lost about, because I think he was like 325 or 330 or something like that. I think he's down like 300 pounds. So him and Jalen Carter are around the same size, around 300, 315, 310, something like that, and whatnot. But they play the same position. So they don't play together. They kind of platoon one another. All right. So what I'm trying to get people to see is that, oh, yeah, you'd have to play him and Jalen Carter. No, and Jordan Davis. No, they platoon. You'd have played. Only time you'd have seen something like that was like on goal line situations where, it's first and goal from the 1 yard line, a second to go. You bring all the big dudes in, and you do that. But on normal running play, normal pass plays and stuff, you don't want two big gargantuan defensive linemen in the middle because, what if, the fast running back and they go cut back, you can't catch them. So that's why there's one text and there's like three texts and there's like five texts. All right. They play different positions between the A gap, B gap, and C gap. They play different positions, but they play the exact same position and they platoon. So what I would want you to understand, the drop off between Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis is not like, Mount Everest. It's like here to like here. Okay. Not like for us, the drop off from Micah Parsons to us like Sam Williams. That's like here to like here. Okay. Hopefully before the season's over, he'll get closer to here. We're working on that, So, yeah, so that's the thing. Jordan Davis is not a slouch. He was a first-round pick, too. No, let's not act like he is some sort of, like, understudy to Jalen Carter. He's not. He was like the dude in the draft before him. He got drafted the same draft that Tyler Smith got drafted in. All right? He's a dude in his own right, but, he is not as good as Jalen Carter. I will admit that. Jalen Carter is a top three defensive lineman in the league right now. I would go tackles. I would go Quentin Williams. I would go Chris Jones. Then I would go Jalen Carter. But as far as offensive guards go, I know y'all like y'all's Landon Dickerson. I do too. He's a Roll Tider, but he ain't Tyler Smith. They not the same. Tyler Smith is like, but he does it quietly, right? So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of there. Yeah, we got lucky because he would have wrecked shop. No, he would have done what he was doing on those 6-7 plays I just showed you. He would have got stoned at the line of scrimmage and been scrambling around to trying to see where he could find the ball carrier because Tyler Smith got in his way and won't let him through. Okay, he's playing with him. He basically be holding his head on Jalen Smith's head, and Jalen Carter's doing this. That's what he be doing to him. All right. He plays with him. So no, we're not scared of no Jalen Carter over here. All right. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to run, but yeah, but you saw that shot right there. That wasn't even. No, we had better. Tony Pollard is better than any running back we got right now, and he was able to run, and we was able to run the other night. Um, so yeah, we wouldn't have been able to run, and so we got lucky, because Jalen Carter didn't play. No, y'all got lucky because CeeDee Lamb became Jalen Tolbert. Okay, and I don't look for that to happen again. Y'all got lucky because Miles Sanders, still got friends on the Eagles and decided to fumble in the red zone before the rains came. Okay, that's why y'all won. It wasn't because oh man, Jalen Carter would have came through that. No, he would have did exactly the same thing. Tyler Smith would have had to play it a little better, a little harder, but he was like, yeah, I remember, I remember him, I remember dude, and whatnot. So, but anyway, I just want to hit this video to kind of set the record straight, with all these people, all this foolishness, that spit first, foolish narrative, that can spit where he wants to on his own porch amongst his own guys. It ain't got nothing to do with you, Jalen Carter. You should have been like, all right, I got you, player, and go on to your huddle. That's what the smart players do. The guys with brain cells, that's what they do. You're deficient of some of those, all right? And I hope you get some help, man. I hope you get some help. And teammates, start holding this bro accountable because you really ain't doing nothing but encouraging him. You're enabling him now by, well, we know what happened before. No, don't say that. No, because if that had been one of our guys, I'm not standing up with him because you wrong. Wrong is wrong. All right? Wrong is wrong. It just is. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. I don't know if y'all heard me. Y'all know that I had my meters down low, but I was talking loud, so I don't know. So but anyway, that's pretty much all I got. Wanted to show y'all this other video, but I wasn't able to find it. Maybe I can find it here. Maybe I can find it here. Hang on just a second. Let me do something here. Hang on just a second with your boy. Hang on for a second. I don't want y'all to think I'll be making up a daggum thing, man. I don't want y'all to be making up a daggum thing. I don't want y'all to think I'll be making up nothing. But somehow stuff be getting lost. In the translation. And so I just want to show this to you. And I found this while I was looking for something else. And of course, I can't type when I'm under pressure, seems like. Okay. All right, let me show you this thing here. See if I can find it. I found it. See, of course, I ain't gonna be able to find it because I'm looking for it. See here. Let me see something here. Let me see if this is it. I'm not doing that. Looking for something else here. Let's see. Let's see here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it because sometimes you find stuff when you're looking for other things, and that happens to me all the time. I'll be looking for stuff, and I don't know what's going on. I'll be looking for stuff and can't find it, and I find stuff, and then if I'm looking when I'm trying to find that stuff, I can't find it. Can't find it. It's just crazy. Let's see here. What does it say here? one here. Let's see. Hold on. Hang on. I might just give it up here in a minute because I can't find it. Can't seem to find it here. So shoot, can't find it. It ain't here. Maybe this is it here. Yeah, it is right here. Let me share this with y'all. Here it is right here. This YouTube video right here. Let me share this with y'all. Yeah, boy. Here we go, right here. It is right here. Watch this shot right here. So if we rewind this right here, I'm gonna put me down here at the bottom. So you see me down at the bottom. Here we go, right here. And I'm gonna take it off because I want you to see this in full view. All right, watch this play right here. Let me rewind it all the way back to the beginning. This is what happened to Jalen Carter. Watch this play. Watch this. He's right there. Right here. You see that? You saw that right there? Right there. He's right there. Right there. Yeah, that's Jalen Carter. That's your Jalen Carter right there. That's your guy. That's your king. That's your king. Right there. That's your king. Right there. Yes, sir. That's the one I was trying to show y'all. That's your guy. That's what would have happened to him Thursday night had he played. So spitting on that saved him from that embarrassment. You got your butt knocked to the ground just like you got right there. All right? Yeah, I'm talking mad cash because I can. I can. So anyway, that's all I got, man. And something to be said for having patience, man. Patience to find stuff, patience to kind of continue to look at things or whatever. Hey man, I got patience. I'll hold in there. I don't know, it may not have made for a smoothly in sync video. Video started with me got my chair upside down trying to get my headphones from stuck in the crevices of the wheels. And I had to scuffle to find that video short, and there's other videos, whatever. But in short, people, think for yourselves. Don't believe narratives. Listen to people that have good context that understand things. People that watch film, not people that watch leisurely, and you'll find the answers to all the stuff that you got issues with. At the end of the day, go Cowboys. Them Eagles. When I see Eagles, what do I say? That's right. That's what I say. When I say Eagles, that's what happens, right? So anyway, that's all I got, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I had to just bend a little bit. And subscribe to the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Stay tuned because maybe sometime this evening, maybe me and TK will get our picks in. So look forward to that. Oh, and I said I would shout out my homeboy Chris D. He has a podcast, has a YouTube channel called Don't Bother Me. Put this in the thing. It's Saturday. And he does a lot of good analysis on college football. He did a video today. And that's my guy. That's my guy, Chris, right there. He does that sort of stuff. So yeah, I want to put that in the notes or whatever. But that's his video. That's his video channel is called Don't Bother Me. It's Saturday. And he does some good analysis on college football. Does it in a real unique manner. And I'm really proud of him for stepping out and doing that. I'm going to give you his whole thing. I'm going to give you his whole thing. And I got it right here. Here it is, right here. His channel, like I said, his channel is Don't Bother Me. It's Saturday. And it's called at Chris D 9650. At Chris D 9650 is the is his what you can go to him. Don't Bother Me. It's Saturday at Chris D 9650. And so he's got a couple of videos out there. He's just starting out, doing some good things, got some good analysis, good brother. Used to work with him, and he's good at what he does. So yeah, y'all give him a listen. Try to help other folks. So I'm trying to get up, and I'm gonna try to help somebody else up while I'm in the process. Anyway, that's all I got, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Uncle Fred Sports Experience, guarantee you will not be disappointed. Get y'all later.